last episode, I was talking about how a bunch of these characters who happen to be black die, and it just sounds really bad, but it's just, a lot of these characters aren't super important to the storyline. I think they'll keep Tyrese for a while because he was along for quite some time in the original episodes, but I think it's just a matter of time before he dies. But I'm like, yeah, like Bob and what did you say her name was? Sasha. I mean, these people could die anytime during the show, and I'm like, and I pretty much said that anyone could die besides Rick, Daryl, Michonne, and Carl. I think you'd upset a lot of fan base if those 4 people died. Anyone else could probably die, and people keep watching it, and that's sad to say because I do like certain characters like Carol and even Beth now and stuff like that. It's just you kind of grow attached to these characters and you don't want to see them go, but it's one of those things where it wouldn't be essential to keep the show going.
Well, what kind of, maybe it's just me, but even though Andrea was like a huge character in the show and she died, honestly,
I didn't care that she died. I'm like, you're blonde bitch.
Yeah, I hated her so much. Anyways, like, she was with the governor, and then she's doing this, and then she's like, betraying this guy and this guy.
She was a ditz. Like, shooting Daryl in the frickin' head and stuff like that. Like, she was just bad for the group. She was like Shane almost. She was like almost, she wasn't quite there, but she was almost like the female version of Shane. And you know what? It's so sad because in the comic book, she was such an admirable person,
Yeah.
And then when they adapted her, maybe it's just the person that played her, I don't know, and they fucked up the character. But maybe that's why they killed her off in the show, because, like, you know what? People aren't liking you like they liked her in the comic book. So, cross.
Well, but it's... Because Andrea doesn't follow the same Andrea in the comic books, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably... And, like, Daryl doesn't even exist.
And Daryl's awesome.
Yeah, and he's, like, top 5 characters in the show.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm glad they don't follow it either.
And Lori was a main character, and super important, and then when she died, yeah, I was kind of like, oh my god, that's pretty graphic, but then... It didn't take me forever to get over it. Let's just put it that way.
No, I mean, she was kind of a horrible wife, too. Like...
And, like, mother? Like, watch Carl for me.
Maybe we should just let Carl die, because it's a horrible place. Yeah. It's not that horrible. You have people that are with you and stuff like that. I mean, it is a horrible place, but I mean... You gotta take the positive with the good. I mean, even if it looks horrible, Rick, you're awesome.
Well, I don't know. Rick's scaring me now.
Well, Rick's going into what's it called? Survival mode because of how many distrust. Like, they just dealt with the governor and they kind of just escaped that, and then they dealt with these roadies trying to kill them and rape them or whatever, and now the Terminus are trying to eat them. Like, nobody, I mean, they have not had any good experiences with anybody throughout their whole whatever, that they run into. So he's kind of like, Gabriel, if you're hiding something that's gonna hurt my family, I'll fucking kill you. Yeah. And that's pretty much where that's coming from.
Well, yeah, and it's basically just putting up with too much bullshit for too long, and I don't know, it's very... What's the word I'm looking for? It's almost hostile the way he is now compared to...
I like it, honestly. I think, I mean, it's kind of just, honestly, and he kind of needs to be on high guard. But in a sense, it kind of makes him stupid in some aspects. Like when he pulls out the gun in Terminus, it's like, where the fuck did you get that thing? And then everyone's shooting at him and shit. And it's like, and
he kind of did that to himself.
Yeah, he kind of made it more of a mess. And you know what? Maybe Gareth is not lying. Like, maybe you would have gave him a choice of, either you join us or we'll fucking kill you, And maybe that was the case, maybe not. But still, I think he could have been more subtle about it and kind of, did his little tootling around, waited for the tour when there were some people, when it was more of a vantage point rather than out in the open. And he still had his damn weapons, But instead it's like, I'm going to hold this guy up while there's a bunch of snipers pointing their guns at me. not smart, Rick. Well, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what? I mean, this is a zombie kind of horror show. I mean, people aren't smart in those shows to begin with.
No.
It's like, oh my god, you know, I'm gonna. I don't know a good example. Like, it's like, I'm gonna stick my head out this window. I heard something. You know, that's the kind of shit that happens. And so, I mean, you know, I guess it's called for it. People gotta be a little stupid.
No, like, it is technically a drama, I'd say. Like, for genre, a TV show, it technically would be a drama.
And you need ignorant, stupid people to have dramas. Don't you? I mean, if everyone was smart and, like, and logical and stuff like that, it's like, oh, well, this is easy. We'll just rebuild a town and a barricade and we'll all get along. Well, this is easy.
That's not even, like, a story. It's like a statement you wouldn't even, like, write on a piece of paper. So bland.
And then you don't even. Yeah, it's not even. This isn't even a story. It's like, well, we're thriving in the apocalypse. Well, this season sucks. And I think that's why a lot of people didn't like the third season, is because they're kind of thriving and getting along, and nothing's happening. So, you know, point taken. This show would suck if people were smart.
Well, no, you need plot twists. You need something that your protagonist is going to conflict with.
You need governors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm sure we'll see more of if this show keeps going on. I imagine we got a couple of seasons yet.
Well, if we have
at least
a
a
couple more
handful.
seasons, what are we going to be dealing with the dead? Like, because
Walking skeletons.
Yeah, like just walking skeletons. Because yeah, I do understand that they're getting more deteriorated as we progress, I guess. But like, they're looking pretty patchworky right now.
That's actually was another one of my predictions in an early video, and like I give it like 2 or 3 seasons, 3 seasons like tops, with the way that they're deteriorating. Like
it's pretty fast.
Yeah, it is pretty quick.
Like, look back at it.
Maybe they're like, oh fuck, we can't really stretch this out this way. Maybe we made a mistake writing this show like this, because we're making money. Mind you, they killed off Breaking Bad. I'm sure they're still making money, so I think that's just something, you know, artists know they have to do. If they gotta make it great, they don't try to stretch it out. You know, they don't try to keep milking the franchise.
No.
They'll just make new ones. What I think they could do, though, to save The Walking Dead and keep the audience happy, is do spin-offs. Like, you know, it's like, you know, it'll be Walking Dead, but it'll be like, you know, Tyrese's story up to this point, or whatever else, you know, stuff like that. You know, and I think that's smart, and I think, yeah, $1 million idea, AMC. Anyways, we're kind of running out of time, and I'm tired. I want to go to bed. But, you know, with that being said, guys, you know, trick or treat, and happy Halloween. And, do you have anything to say?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good night, Canada, America, and don't forget to eat human flesh.